Kahit na gaano kagaling na isang tao, regardless of his or her field, kung naghihintay ka lang, walang mangyayari. How will they discover your talent? It's always easy to be inspired by a certain film or a certain book or a certain album na, hey, sana mangyari sa akin ito, I'll be discovered, ganyan. But it takes a lot of work to be able to be discovered and kailangan unique yung talent mo.
Our guest for today is a dear friend and a prolific musician, Monty Macalino. Monty is known for his incredible songwriting and his unwavering dedication to helping other bands and artists. Let's dive into his journey and the wisdom he's gained along the way. All right, Monts, thank you for having us in your studio. Thank you for letting us shoot here.
Salamat,
It's been a long time, brother. Kumusta?
Yes, oo nga, sobrang tagal na. Almost a year this September, no? That was the last time I saw you.
Di pa tayo nakita.
Di pa talaga sadya. Parang nakita ko.
Pa tayo nakita.
Tapos nakakatawa pa doon, nag-usap tayo social media. And, kita tayo sometimes. Sige, we were still trying to find a day na magkita. And then sakto nandun tayo sa Myeongdong sabay.
Tapos yung tropa ko pa yung nakakita. Si Monty yan, Saan? Ang ganda, ang ganda.
Well, madali lang ako makita doon. Wala masyadong... Sabi ko, ba't ang hirap maghanap ng damit dito sa Korea?
Ang ganda, ang ganda. Mons, sige, kakashow nyo lang ng Maya,
Yeah.
19 East. How's that, man?
Actually, if may perks, yung sa pagiging, ano ba tawag doon, matanda sa eksena, is you reach a certain point in your career na parang you get to, be at equals with your idols. So one time, in-invite ko lang si Mark. Mark Escueta is more than a mentor. Mark Escueta is more than a friend. He's a hero of mine. Sabi ko lang sa kanya, Mark, baka pwedeng, I know kasi the feeling of having your team, and syempre hindi naman palagi may trabaho. So, syempre you have to help your team. So, sabi ko, inisip ko, baka gusto nila ng bar gig. So, in-invite ko lang. So, game naman sila. So, Halen, of course, brothers in the industry. Yun, so, enjoy lang din. Very, parang to see the people lining up as early as 3:30 p.m. sa 19 East, na ang venue siguro 200 or 250 max. Parang...
Hindi mura tickets dun, man.
Oo.
So for people to do
Hindi lang hindi mura tickets, hindi mura ang pagkain natin. Pero naman kasi, yung experience, grabe. For me, the best bar or hall venue in the Philippines. Even siguro outside of the Philippines, parang feeling ko, laban yung 19 East.
Agree. Ang ganda ng tunog.
Parang hindi na ako nag-iisip doon eh. Pag doon kami, alam kong, wala na akong problema kahit anong mangyari sa stage, alam kong maganda na yung tunog sa labas.
Correct. Were you playing the new songs from the new album?
Yeah, we've been a band naman na pag meron kami bagong material, we try to put it out as well. I mean, play sa live sets. One or two, lagi namin tututuloy. It's always hard when you are a 22-year-old band to play new songs for...
I mean, 22.
patapos na ng college show. Mahirap pa rin maglabas ng ang tawag namin doon, yung mga bagong kanta na isasalang mo sa tao. Pero umabot na rin kami sa career namin na parang okay lang yan. I mean, if magustuhan ng tao, bonus na yun. At least, we celebrate the fact that we're still a band after 22 years.
And not many bands can say they've been around for that long.
Oo naman. Actually, that itself is bewildering sa akin na parang mahirap pala yung ginagawa natin. So, yun.
What do you think contributed to that type of longevity? How have you been able to stay in the scene? Na yun nga, ang dami mong colleagues na medyo huminto na sa pagbabanda or iba na yung mga ginagawa.
Yeah.
How are you able to stay this long in the scene?
Feeling ko sa pagpapalaki rin. I mean, nakita ko yun sa family ko. My parents are very hardworking. Nakita ko sa kanila yung value ng oras na yung sinasabi lang 10,000 hours. If you do one thing that you really love, day in, day out, may product yan afterwards. So, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, I never thought of like, yung itong nangyari sa amin. Never siya naging parang yun yung dahilan kung bakit ko ginagawa to. It's more of, I just really love playing the guitar. I love playing with friends. Ang bilis kapag nag-i-enjoy eh. Mabilis lahat ng bagay kapag masaya ka eh. So, yeah, of course, may mga highs and lows. Pero yung generally kapag alam mong if it's a bad gig or it's a happy gig, pero you go back to your house, pero, oh wow, I mean, yun yung trabaho ko. Hindi mo bibilangin yung araw eh. Actually, bilis pa talaga.
So, mabilis ba yung 22 years?
Yeah, oo, mabilis.
Nagulat ka na ba?
Oo, kasi in the beginning, nagbanda lahat kasi swerte tayo. I mean, when I say tayo, like people who were born at least 1980 to 89. Kasi yung amount of, or the abundance of music and creativity and culture, grabe.
That's right. That's right.
So,
And the infamous year, 94. When
oo, exactly. Kasi 94 ako natuto mag-acoustic guitar.
Okay.
I was grade 6 noon. Batchmate ko si John Joe Escueta. Going back to Mark. Diba?
Mark, okay.
John Joe Escueta is the brother of Mark Escueta, the drummer of River Maya. They just released their first album then.
Wow.
Linalako niya sa amin. Parang, oy, classmate,
So, first hand ano ko sa
Oo,
Maya.
Maya,
Grabe. So, grabe pala connection mo sa banda.
Sobra, as in, actually, gumawa ako ng vlog about it eh, na before the reunion na parang, I owe it to them. As much as I am a huge Nirvana, Smashing Pumpkins fan, and a Razorheads fan, Teeth fan, feeling ko yung the dream of being a musician, nag-stem yan kasi nga, may malapit na relation eh. May classmate ako, kapatid niya si Mark, na may album na nakikita ko sa TV, tinutugtog. So parang during that year, that school year, everybody was playing the guitar. Everyone was playing Ulan by River Maya, Magazine from Eraserheads. At the same time, international. Parang feeling ko, 94 to 97, tapos yung 99 to 2002, yan lang yata yung in the history of mankind na sikat ang banda sa US, sikat rin ang banda dito.
Correct, yeah, I agree.
Noong early 90s, sikat ang grunge, tsaka alternative, Britpop, whatever you call it. Tapos sikat yung mga heads dito. Late 90s, tapos early 2000s, sikat rap metal doon. Limp Bizkit, Korn, tapos dito, Hounds.
Okay, so,
Diba? So from 94 hanggang 97, you get to parang discover an abundance of music and artists.
absorb all of that.
Tapos sabay pa sa MTV, culture of MTV.
That's true.
Sabay sa guitar magazines, sa mga music magazines, kasi wala pa internet noon. So, parang ma-discover yung mga paborito mong banda. I learned how to play the guitar through a common friend. Sabi niya, parang nag-give up siya sa akin. Sabi niya, pumunta ka na lang ng mall, maghanap ko na song hits.
Classic song.
Song hits, may chord progression yan. Tapos ang nakakatawa dito, dahil may song hits, diba? So, may chord chart. So, you do the chord chart. Lagay mo sa kamay mo. You watch MTV Unplugged, you can see how they're doing it eh.
So
ang swerte ko, ang idol ko nga Nirvana, kaliwete si Kurt Cobain. So parang direct,
Reverse image siya.
oo, so andali, ganun lang pala yung G, ganun lang pala.
no?
So that was happening between 94 to 97, 98. Graduate ako ng high school, 2000. Sabog naman yung mga Hounds, mga actually, pantay yun eh. May rap metal, pero meron na rin nun yung mga Mojo Fly.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free, palabas na noon. So, kumbaga parang pasok ako ng college, 2001, 2002, may mga nagbabanda na sa school natin noon.
Grabe, no?
May bar sa baba eh. Jekyll, di ba?
Hindi ko alam yun.
Baron ko yung
Sorry,
interview
Mom.
mo kay Papis eh.
Sorry, Mom.
May bar sa baba ng school, nood ka ng banda on a nightly basis. So, doon nagsimula yung parang, okay ito ah. I was trying to convince my parents doon nung time na yun na parang mag full-time. Sabi pa nila, ba't di ka na lang sana nag-music production sa Binil? Sabi ko. Pagpasok ko ng Binil, wala pa nun eh.
Wala pa nga. Yeah,
Ganon tayo ka-oldies eh.
Tayo, tipong 03 na siya na-start.
Oo. Parang arts management pa lang ata yung course sa Binil doon. So sabi ko, wala, late ako eh. Ganyan.
Pero yung parents mo, naging supportive sila sa choice mo.
Oo, basta sabi lang nila, wag lang, paano ko ba, i-rephrase yung sinabi nila. Ganda rin sinabi ng mom ko kasi, both of my parents, abogado yun. Tsaka, parang, basta sa legal.
Wow, sobrang layo.
Oo, pero, may gitara lagi sa bahay kahit wala marunong magtugtog. May piano sa bahay, yung mami ko nagpa-piano kasi siya nag-introduce sa akin ng Beatles eh. Lagi niya tinutugtog Let It Be. So, parang may music palagi. Ang nangyari, sabi lang nila sa akin, ayaw mo na mag-aral, gusto mo na mag-full-time musician, basta hindi ka maghihirap.
Wow.
Bahala ka na lang kung paano mo diskarte yan. Basta kaya mong sustentuhan sarili mo. Kasi pag nawala kami, hindi ka na namin matutulungan. Yun ang sinabi. So, yun pa lang, naisip ko na parang, technically what they're trying to say is try to be the best that you can be.
Right.
Regardless of kung ano ang position mo sa banda. Kasi originally, gitarista lang ako eh.
Yes, yeah.
Ayoko naman talaga kumanta eh. Kasi parang noon time na yun, parang wala naman masyadong malaking musikero eh. So, di ba? So, parang sige nga, try ko to. And then, I was so blessed to be surrounded by schoolmates and blockmates na into bands and into music. I remember, kailan ba yung nag-rock radio ka dito? 2003?
I think so, oo.
So, ano pa lang yun? 1 year old pa lang yung Mayonnaise nun.
Wow.
Yung Mayonnaise na yung ito
Etong
na.
iteration,
Oo, yung ako, Lee,
Lee,
Paga, and Sean. Hinintay ko lang mag-college sila Paga. That was 2002. And then, recruit ko na siya kasi tremendous talent.
Galing talaga nito.
Yun na yun. Tapos ang bilis na nun. To be honest, parang coded siya eh. Parang even-numbered years, songwriting, odd-numbered years, touring. Kuwari, 2002 kami nagsimula. We were writing original content. Put out the demo, ganyan-ganyan. Kinuha kami sa FET 2003. Nag-FET na music kami 2003.
Ano to? El Pueblo?
Oo.
El Pueblo.
Eh, saya nun kasi halos parang kalahati nun, panay batchmates eh.
Saya ng vibe.
Either you're from the Cafe Katipunan scene
Side,
or dito sa Transsound.
So, Boy Elroy.
Oo.
Dito naman
Playing
Span.
Divide the Sky. Di ba? Yun naman yun eh.
Yeah.
Saya nung panahon na yun. So, 2002, 2003, 2004, nanalo ng Musiklaban. Nag-record agad ng album. 2005, Jopay.
Grabe.
And then, nag-tour kami 2005. 2006, nag-record kami ng second album namin. 2007, tour na naman. 2008, nag-record kami ng third album namin. 2009, tour na naman. Nag-take lang kami ng break between 2010 hanggang 2012. Yun yung pinaka, para sa akin, the most important years sa amin. Kasi yun yung transition eh. The band turned 10 years old.
Grabe yung 10 years.
And some of the important members umalis na. So parang that was the time. Hindi pa si Paga, si Lee pa lang.
Lee.
Oo, si Lee pa lang. Tapos si Paga umalis siya 2013. Kasabay ni Luan. So yung manager namin dati. Oo. So 2014 was really important to us. Actually the last months of 2013 going to 2014. So gets mo, we're talking about 2000, we're talking about River Maya, 94. And then fast forward 2013. So, ang bilis lang nun lahat.
Ang bilis nga eh.
Sobra. Kasi ang dami rin lumabas na artist nung panahon na yun eh. That decade, ang dami.
Sobra.
Kasi from 2002 to 2006, yun yung lumabas yung si Bamboo, si Hale, lumabas Punch Cola. And then from 2006 onwards, yan yung mga mas bata na yung mga lumabas. Si Rakian. Yun na yun eh. Tapos sa 2010 onwards, yun na, parang doon na parang nag-mix and match na lahat na parang merong mga solo artists, may mga DJs, uso na bigla yung, naalala ko, tumutugtog pa ako sa mga Amber. Si Roda, parang nagdi-DJ. Tapos ako tumutugtog gitara. Kasi di ba, si John Mayer at si Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So guess mo, the first decade, ang bilis. And then in 2014 na nagsimula yung trabaho talaga, the grind. From 2014 hanggang this year, 2024, yun talaga yung parang, doon nag-start yung self-management, having Yellow Room. Yun na yung parang, sige, tapos na yung, hindi naman honeymoon period, pero tapos na yung parang,
Fun.
tapos na yung ikaw yung abangan ng tao. Kasi 10 years is a lot of time.
It's a long time eh.
Oo, so parang, di ba pag pupunta ka ng bar usually, or ng venue, ng gig, abangan mo yung parang hindi mo pa napanood eh.
The new guys. Yeah.
So, being a 10-year-old band then, parang wala nang point. Eh, lagi naman kasi kami last band din. So, gets mo? Oo, notorious kami na lagi last band eh. So,
Laging joke.
oo. Okay lang rin sa akin. Nagsimula yung pagiging last band namin kasi taga-South kami. There's no point in playing first and then matatraffic ka lang din pa uwi. Makakauwi ka lang din at the same time. So, lagi lang kami umuo ng last band. And it was also a good measure for us na to learn.
Yeah.
To have the knowledge on how to conduct yourself regardless of the venue, kung big gig, o Fête de la Musique, o kaya bar gig, Mayrix, ganyan. Makikita mo yung mga idol mong banda na, alam mo yun, nalapitan na parang, ganito pala siya, ganito pala to, ganito pala, dapat makipag-usap. Ganito pala mag-spiel.
And yeah, that's one of the things I always, ever since, man, yun yung ano ko sa'yo, man. Yung in-between songs, grabe yung spills mo, yung presence mo, doon ba nahon yan? Kanino mo na, ano yun? Who did you learn?
Actually, I don't really know. Ano ko lang,
Minsan stand-up ka nga dyan.
Alam ko lang marunong lang akong makipag-banter depende sa tao. Hindi naman lahat pinanganak ng ganun. Hindi naman lahat ng front men or woman parang mandadao masalita.
Gusto nila kumanta yung iba, di ba?
Oo, iba. Kuwari yung sasalita, yung gitarista, yung vocalist na hindi nagsasalita. So, paano ko ba natutunan? Siguro kombinasyon ng lahat ng mga influences ko. Number one, siguro, parents ko ulit. Maganda yung combo ng mom tsaka dad ko . Yung dad ko kasi yung medyo sa government siya, mom ko naman private. Pero parehong law.
Pareho.
So, lagi sila nag-uusap. When I was a kid, nag-uusap sila over dinner na about cases, and then I would understand how to take conversations, and then ikaw naman magbato. And then after that, nung tumatanda na, nanonood talaga ako concerts. Nagpupunta ako ng effort na manood kasi may matutunan ka. I remember the first time I saw Rico Blanco when he was the vocalist of River Maya. Grabe!
Yeah.
Galing. Tapos nanonood din ako mga foreign artists, like for example, si Fred Durst. Woodstock, galing!
Galing niya.
Galing niya magdala ng tao. Siguro yun na lang din yung parang kombinasyon na. And then through the years, Dave Grohl, magaling na frontman. Bert ng The Used, magaling yun.
McCracken.
And then Hayley Williams of Paramore, Chino Moreno of Deftones.
Yeah.
Magaling magdala. Ang galing ni Chino dun sa Lollapalooza nitong lately lang
Lollapalooza, yeah.
Galing.
Dito din siya, grabe.
Oo. So, parang yung jokes, it's because feeling ko kasi fan din ako ng pop culture. Like, I watch a lot of TV.
So aware ka sa zeitgeist.
I watch from Eat Bulaga to Showtime to Okidokidok. So, nakikita ko, yung mga palibasa lalaki, fan ako niyan . Di ba? Mas fan pa ako ng mga direktor kaysa dun. Di ba? So, malaking bagay sa akin yun. So, feeling ko, like for example, lately, di ba, ano bang current? Regardless kung kailan palabas to, ang current ngayon is yung nanalo si Carlos Yulo ng gold, di ba? So, kahapon sa 1980s, ang ginawa ko, pag may part sa song na may bagsak so pag bagsak ko, gumanon ako. so gets mo, parang, feel ko naman kasi kung ano nagpatawa sa akin, o napatawa sa akin, at gawin ko yun sa harapan ng tao, matatawa din yun So, ganun lang din naman. May mga hits and misses rin naman din. So, if you're so tense and pressured with talking to people, di ba may nakita akong meme na parang ang hirap maging introvert sa pagbabanda Totoo yun kasi if you're playing in front of a lot of people, parang pero kunwari, ako nasanay naman ako makipag-usap. It's because I don't know them. Kinakabahan ako pag kausap ko, kuwari si Ebe nasa harapan ko.
Si Ebe.
Nakabahan ako na baka may masabi akong mali. Pero kunwari, nanonood sa akin, heckler or whoever,
Lampake.
hindi ko mo siya kilala diba?
Sige, let's go back. Na-mention mo kanina, when things started becoming serious. I mean, you were always serious with your craft. There's that. But you said you started self-producing, self-managing. You started putting up your own gigs. What drove you to make that decision? What started that?
Inaral ko yung yung foreign market din. Mahirap kasi kapag aaralin mo yung dito lang Kasi syempre parang mangangarap ka na lang din, di ba? Mangarap ka na rin for the stars, di ba?
Right.
So ang nakikita ako kasi Nirvana, idol ko sila. So when you read a lot of books about them, they started out with an independent record label, a small-time record label with Sub Pop. So parang, ano kaya yun? Anong relevance nun having that and being signed to a major label? What does that mean? And then, nababasa ko sa US pala kapag naglabas ka ng album, o naglabas ka October, meron na silang tour ng January 2025 till March. Paano yun? So doon nagsimula. And at the same time, nagkaroon ng time wala na rin kumukuha sa amin. Walang nagbubuk sa amin. That was between 2007 and 2010, I guess. Kasi syempre, totoo naman yun. Pag may bagong artist nga, bakit naman ikaw palagi kukunin?
Right.
Like what happened sa amin nung sikat na sikat yung Jopay recently. We toured the entire Philippines. And then we went to Canada and Australia. Ano naman yung point na next year, babalik ka ulit, di ba? Parang ang kilala ko lang na ganun, Heads, Maya, tsaka Parokya Pero kami, parang syempre magsasawa din yung tao. So, na-realize ko, if walang gagawa ng isang bagay para sa'yo, might as well do it for yourself. Kasi, wala na may magagawa eh. Anong point? Maghihintay ka lang. So, kahit na gaano kagaling na isang tao, regardless of his or her field, kung naghihintay ka lang, walang mangyayari. Gets? Kumaga parang, how will they discover your talent? Even with basketball, di ba? Or any sport. If you do it alone, sa court ng mag-isa ka lang, you don't join ano yung mga interleague o mga ganyan-ganyan, paano ka ma-discover? Yun yung parang pinaka sinapuso ko na, okay, ayaw nyo sa amin. O gagawa kami ng way para mapilitan kayong makipagtrabaho sa amin.
We don't need a key will break in.
Exactly. Oo naman. Kasi ang dali kasi mangarap na parang ano eh. It's always easy to be inspired by a certain film or a certain book or a certain album na, hey, sana mangyari sa akin to, I'll be discovered and ganyan-ganyan. But takes a lot of work to be able to be discovered and kailangan unique yung talent mo. You just imagine, in the Philippines alone, kung gaano kadaming magagaling na mga musikero.
Ito pa lang sa kwartong to.
Mismo.
Diba?
Mismo. So, for me, sinabi sa akin ng Niluan Malapas, yung manager namin na first 10 years, kung gusto mo mag-record label, you have to do it the right way. So, yun ang ginawa namin. DTI, ng Yellow Room Music Philippines. Registered lahat. Kuha lahat ng permits. Wow. Even yung studio na to, kumuha kami ng permit. May City Hall permit, ganyan. Nagbabayad na kami ng tax simula 2011 pa lang. Yun ang unang iiwasan ng musikero na independent eh. Kasi kukunti na lang kinikita mo, tataksan ka pa. Diba? So, wala ka ng take home. Wala, pare. Ang ginawa talaga namin, we have to comply.
Do it the right way.
We have to comply. Even the production of CDs. Back in 2014, papatay na yung CDs. As in talagang wala nang gagawa. Pasara na yung FAS. Nag-FAS kami.
Why?
Minimum nun, parang 500 CDs. Paggawa kami 500 CDs, ang ginawa namin, kasi wala namang kaming label nun eh. Pumunta kami individually sa mga Astro Plus, pati Odyssey during that time. Naghanap kami ng contact person. Sinong contact person dito sa Odyssey, SM Baguio?
Wow.
Tapos dapat wise ka rin sa clout mo.
Right.
You use it the right way.
Yeah,
so
for example, just throw it around.
For example, ako ang ginagawa ko pag may nangungulit sa akin, parang, sir, pwede ba mayo sa ganyan. Tapos makikita ko schedule na, ay, sorry, busy kami. So may isip nila na parang, hindi tayo kukunin ito. And then the moment na hindi nila expect, bro, collab tayo.
Bang.
And then yun, parang biglang, bibigyan ka nila ng attention na sa'yo lang. Tinabaho talaga namin. Imagine mo, punta kami ng SM Baguio hanggang SM Naga ba? Basta hanggang Bicol. Iiwan kami ng 10 CDs for tayo lang dalawa, ganyan. And then, kami rin kumausap sa mga local bars to na, pwede ba mag-prod dito? Ngayon. May mga time na talagang
self-funded to, ikaw lang talaga gumagastos dito.
Oo. Actually, nakakatawa nga dito. Parang iniisip, ang hirap din. Akala kasi ang tao, dito ko na lang sasabihin sa Able Asia. Mahirap din na inisip ng tao na mayaman ka eh. Kasi pag ganun, pagwari, kaya wala akong guitar endorsement eh. Kasi iniisip nila, mabibili ko lahat ng gitara eh. So gets mo, hindi naman rin yun. Okay lang sa akin yung kung anong perception ng tao. Ang importante sa akin kasi, pinaka-importante sa akin kasi, kung ano yung tingin nila sa'yo, hindi na magbabago yun unless may gawin ka about it eh. Sige, ang tingin sa amin, parang pinupondo ko lahat ng trabaho ng Yellow Room pati Mayonnaise galing sa sarili kong bulsa. Hindi. Kinonvince ko din yung mga kabanda ko at teammates ko sa Yellow Room and Mayonnaise na just trust me. I'm the type of person na idol ko si Big Boy Cheng na may sinabi siya na ayoko na ako lang yung mayaman.
Yes. My whole team dapat.
Oo, kami lahat. Kaya sobrang proud ako sa 22, 23 yung nag-viral Jopay kasi ako yung pinakahuling bumili ng sasakyan. Silang lahat bumili muna. Tapos, isa-isa. Dahil doon sa kinita nila sa pagbabanda namin from 22 to 23. So, yun yung point ko. Kumaga parang, yung first 2-3 years, dami pang bickering, away.
Meron din.
Of course, kasi parang, saan mapupunta yung pera nito? Bakit sa Yellow Room pupunta to? Bakit ganito? Ganyan, iba yung cut ko, ganyan. Yun yung parang pinaka... parang chill lang, promise.
Trust the process.
Hindi naman, parang ano ka lang, parang mahirap talaga mag-adjust, lalo na kapag nasanay tayo na busog ka lagi sa lahat ng meals mo. Pero tiwala lang na a few years or hopefully a few months, titiis ka lang muna. And then eventually, when the right time comes, busog ka na for the rest of your life.
Grabe yun.
Yun yung ginawa namin. Kaya natatawa ako. Hindi na ako pumapatol kasi syempre masyado ng matalino mga tao ngayon sa social media. Hindi na ako nagla-like lang ako like if they say na parang wari nagpunta ako ng vlog about travel ganyan. Mayaman ka kasi kaya pumunta hindi na ako pumapatol. Pero gusto ko sabihin, hindi, magulang ko yung pinaghirapan nila. Di nila pinagdamot sa akin. Oo, kasi ito lang ang pwede mong mabili dito sa Pilipinas Ito yung possibilities. And then you dream about that. Hopefully, by the time na wala na yung magulang mo, you still be able to do something like that. And that itself is a victory. It's an accomplishment to be able to be stable. Actually, I lost my dad 2017. So, hindi na niya nakita itong nangyayari ngayon. Pero the best thing that I received nung Christmas is when we were in Taiwan, kami ng family ko, from Christmas Day until before New Year's Eve. So, mga 24 to 30. Sabi ni Mama, kasi first time niya business class na ako nagbayad. Sabi niya, anak, sobrang saya ko na ikaw yung nagiging tatay ngayon. So, yun yung best na natanggap ko. Tapos, parang para sa akin, parang okay na. Parang it's greater than any number 1 hit or any viral song. The fact na yung feeling ng mami mo o ng mama mo or ng tatay mo na stable ka na mabubuhay mo sila. Saya ko nun. Sobra.
Grabe yan.
Oh.
What a moment.
Yes! Sobra.
Ayun, Mons, I want to ask you, yun nga, so ang ganda ng moment na yun with your mom. Great story. But that's one of the things I've always seen in you. Kumbaga, kusa kang helpful na tao.
Yeah.
I remember we used to play gigs here in Alabang.
Oo.
Lahat kami sumasabay sa'yo, or alam mo, mga ganun. And now I see that with how you're helping out different artists. I mean, in different ways, di ba? Pinapatugtog mo sa covers, so they makikilala sila, sinasign mo sa label mo. How did that all start? How did you become so helpful, and why is that in your heart?
Nagsimula kasi, nung ako pa lang ang anak nila, talaga parang masasabi kong wala yung mga luxuries na experience ng mga yung brother ko and sister ko after me. Kumbaga parang talaga, taga-Caloocan pa kami noon So, hindi kami parang, ganyan. Kasi yung youngest sister namin, 23, 24, talagang hindi nagtatagalog yun. Dito lumaki yun sa Alabang So, kumbaga, iba papalaki. Kasi kung anong kinakain namin, pati yung mga kasambahay namin, yun rin ang kinakain. Walang parang, pagkain ng amo, tapos pagkain ng Tapos nagkaroon kami ng mga parang sari-sari store. Kami rin nagbabantay doon. Parang side hustle ng mga magulang ko na may ganun. So, nakita ko na hindi sila madamot. Pag may ginawa ka maganda, bigyan ka nila ng kumaga parang, hindi lang ang bonus parang extra pa. Parang naalala ko dati kapag Christmas, yung mom ko, hindi pwedeng kami lang ang may regalo. Kailangan pati yung driver, kasambahay, kapitbahay. Yun yung namimiss ko yung mga sa probinsya, di ba? Parang hanggang sa pangatlong kalsada may pagkain mo bibili. Nakuha ko ata sa kanila kasi hindi ko masabi kung ano ako Hindi ako nag-take ng mga MBTI, yung mga ganun-ganun. Basta, hindi ko alam kung introvert ako or extrovert ako. Basta alam ko that I appreciate being alone because that's the time that I get to think about work. Or where I am at a certain moment na parang I'm alone at my house, coffee, and then isipin ko what will... Kasi ako ang nag-handle ng mayonnaise Sokmed ngayon Lahat ng platform. Ako lang mag-isa.
Grabe
Kasi parang nagkakaroon ako ng parang purpose. Parang kailangan gising na ako ng 12. So nagpo-post ako 3 times a day. 12, 6, tsaka 8. Kaya
3 times a day, man.
Yeah. Hirap diba mag-isip ka ng content. So, nanggaling yun ata dun sa yung pagbibigay sa na-appreciate ko kapag mayroong naglalaan ng oras sa akin.
Wow. Okay.
So, every time may kumakausap sa akin, hindi ko siya tinatake for granted. I feel sorry for a lot of my friends na napilitan mag-migrate. And nabobobo sila pag sinasabi ko na, sige, punta kita. Akala nila parang toxic lang yun. Hindi, pupuntahan talaga kita kasi I know the feeling of being alone.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're with someone, you have a partner, or you have a family that you don't feel alone. There's a difference between being lonely and alone.
Yeah.
So, yun, dun ko na parang hindi mo naman alam kung baka may time na may kailangan sa'yo. So, bakit hindi ka magbigay? It doesn't... Parang hindi naman siya sobrang hassle sa'yo, sa akin. Ba't naman hindi? Ang ayoko lang, napapansin ko lang, minsan may mga nasasanay na nagbibigay ka. Doon ako medyo sumisikip naman. Okay, nakapagbigay na ako. Kasi sometimes, mafe-feel mo pa rin na parang, you feel bad na not be able to help or to give, ganyan. Feeling ko palagi kang may nag-gain when you give something.
I love that.
And it doesn't mean that you're asking anything in return. Parang, I've dealt with a lot of scammers na parang nagpapatulong ganyan, and then eventually mawawala. Pero I do believe in karma na parang, hindi, iyan mo lang, isa-adjust mo na lang yan. Kung kailangan ng tao, wala kang magagawa. Even sa label, bakit ako nagsasign ng mga banda na obscure or wala may kilala? Kasi ganoon din kami dati.
Yeah.
O ano man meron ako ngayon, ay meron ako nung back in 2004, pare yung Severo, Monkey's Punk, lahat tayo siguro may label, nasa label ko.
Sarap.
Kasi tutulungan ko kayo. Kasi ayokong hindi na-feel ng contemporaries ko or ng peers ko yung ano na-feel ko ngayon eh. Kasi parang hindi naman siya mahirap eh. Ang saya-saya ng ginagawa ko eh. Tsaka hindi naman siya parang, pare, may mga tao ng trabaho nila 24/7 on call.
Yep.
Pwedeng nasa medical o pwede kang nasa industrial. Tugtog ka lang eh. Aakyat ka sa stage, tugtog ka eh. Oo, nakakapagod bilang entertainer. You'd be always under the, alam mo ng tao, the judge ka nila.
Tutugtog ka lang.
Oo,
Mahal
tsaka,
mo naman yun.
Oo, exactly.
Grabe. So, grabe influence pala ng parents sa'yo.
Oo, yun naman yung ano eh. Yun naman yung dati, parang nung bata ka, ano mo, hindi ka mariniwala. Parang, because of Kurt Cobain. Diba? Nowadays, Nirvana is a t-shirt.
That's true, man. Yeah.
Diba? Kids nowadays, akala nila t-shirt lang sa Cotton On yung In Utero eh. Diba? Pero nope, it's a band. So anyways, yun nga, kaya parang hinihimay ko eh. Okay, sige, mahilig ako sa banda. Pero hindi naman ako mapupunta doon sa position na yun if not for my parents allowing me to be in that situation.
Grabe yan.
Hindi lahat ng magulang ganun. So, yun, pinapangahalaga ko. Sineselebrate ko. That's why I've been talking about them with this episode.
I love how grateful you are. You're not holding back your gratitude for them.
Oh,
so, which brings us to Thank You for Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Medyo, yung title ng album? It sounds like, what's going on? Why is it the title?
It's technically, it's sort of a thank you for the last 3 years. Kasi grabe pandemic, man. I mean, a lot has changed during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Personally and work-wise, I mean, the structure of the company, Yellow Room, personally, Mayonnaise, kung ano man nangyari sa amin internally, it was a lot to take in. And then feeling ko lang din, nung pumutok nga yung Jopay, parang it was just like, alam ko nahirapan ka, here you go. So, parang, wow. It was very fulfilling at the same time, scary to think na parang, you're there na. When you're there na, saan ka pa pupunta? Diba? Pero at the end of the day, hindi pala ganun yung thinking. I agree with what Diego said sa episode nyo, na parang, if you only think about the hits and the viral things in your career, then you're not really concentrating in the essentials, which is being just blessed to be able to have this as a career. Kasi hindi naman lahat eh. Not all musicians are like Barbie. Not all musicians are like me or Rico Blanco or whoever. May mga musikero akong kilala na may day job. May mga musikero akong kilala na yun lang ang gusto gawin pero iba ginagawa. Diba? Diba? So, yun eh. That's why, nag-isip kami ng title ng album. So sabi ko, Thanks for Everything na lang kasi parang hindi naman siya retirement album.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Not yet though. Kasi I do believe that the next one will be the last.
Oh my God.
In a sense of album making.
Okay.
Kasi hindi na talaga siya
So you still put out music?
Of course. It's inevitable for me not to write. The only reason why we're not in the studio as often as we would want to is that it's inevitable na hindi kami makasulat.
Okay.
Every time that we're here, or every time, actually may studio kami sa Pampanga, it's impossible na hindi kami just jam and then this is actually cool.
Yeah.
So parang, wag na, wala naman may pakialam sa bagong kanta namin. Hindi, pero meron naman. Pero what I'm trying to say is that,
Gets, no?
sobrang daming new artists and songs, and I know for a fact na they deserve all the attention now. So that's why this album is for our fans, our friends, and our family. So kaya 7 kanta nga lang kasi hindi namin pinilit pero this is it Ito na yun. Ito na yung 7 kanta na nagawa namin the 3 years. The last album was released 2020, pandemic.
Yeah.
Pag hindi pa kami maglabas ng album ng Beyond 2020, parang tagal. Hindi ako sanay.
Oo, man.
Kasi there's no point of touring if you don't have anything
Something to tour.
to promote. Oo, di ba? So, yun. Hindi siya retirement album. Pero I'm sure na after the next one, the next album would be a long. Kasi 10th na.
10th na
Pare, akilala ko lang na may 10 albums sa ata si Razorheads ata.
Heads.
River Maya rin
Locally.
nata.
Heads, oo.
So, gets mo, parang, tapos ano na ako nan, siguro kasi in 45, so I mean, parang, gusto ko na early retirement.
Bata pa tayo mo.
Of course. Bata pa, pero ayoko lang yung, grabe kasi grind
Yeah, for sure.
Grabe grind. May gig kami recently, some provincial gig. Nakatingin na lang ako kay Jollibee, so sobrang pagod ko. Hindi kasi gig so daming tao. Sabi ng daming tao. De, seryoso. Di ba kasi pumunta kang probinsya, alam mong nasa city ka na pag may Jollibee Di ba? Di ba? So, ang daming tao. Tapos sobrang dinumog na kami. Pero kita ko pa rin si Jollibee. So, doon lang ako nakatingin. So, parang nasa utak ko, parang grabe, hirap kumita. So, yun lang. Parang gusto ko lang na parang, like what I said off-cam, sabi ko, quality over quantity na. Medyo, nasa utak ko palagi. Kapag wala kaming gig, ang iniisip ko, kamusta yung roadie ko? Sana may pagkain.
So kahit yun, ibang tao pa rin iniisip
mo. Of course. Kasi, I can be selfish naman at times Kasi if I just wanna play video games the whole day, I can.
Pwede naman pumetics
Oo, pwede. Alam na rin nilang mga kabanda ko yun. Kaya naman, it's a two-way street of the respect and trust. Every time na we have a gig, umabot na kami sa point na parang yung, di ba yung kwento ng Heads, di ba, parang hiwalay na sila dumarating. Gano'n na naman kami ngayon Kumbaga kasi matanda na Pero pag magkasama na kami sa holding area, we have fun. We throw jokes, we laugh. Sometimes we watch Netflix videos if we wait for a long time. Nanonood kami ng The Boys. So, nagtitrip lang kami actually yun. So, pero after the gig, after we say goodbye to each other, we respect the time apart na parang, di ko sila ginugulo. I just let them be. Pero ako, at the back of my mind, ang lagi ko iniisip, yung mga the tech people, roadies, drivers, mga helpers. Kasi syempre, pag wala kaming gig, wala rin silang trabaho. Wala naman silang, mga benefits ng or medical, o ganyan. So, yun lang iniisip ko. Pero ngayon, medyo naisip ko na rin na, nakatulong ka na rin ng matagal. Quality nga over quantity. Basta, for sure, may trabaho kami. For sure, maglalabas kami ng kanta at magtutugtog kami ng mga gigs, pero hindi na yung tipong, hindi na, importante rin alagaan mo na yung sarili mo. Kasi, in the last 3 years, sa sobrang laspag namin, first time ako na-experience ng literally, wala nang lumalabas sa boses ko, kundi, gano'n na lang. Alam niyo, may...
Naging metal ka bigla.
Actually, nakakatawa, kasi naging hagibis kami bigla. Kasi, wala akong boses, kumakanta silang lahat. So, sabay-sabay kami kumakanta. So, yun. So, mga sabi ko, okay, this is like God telling me na, slow down. You're not, it's true that when you get to that age, na parang, hey, wala akong ginawa pero my neck hurts. Nagtataka nga ako nung isang araw, last week, naglaro ako. Basketball ako, nakatress ako. Nahulog ako walang dahilan. Nagbabackpedal lang ako. Nahulog ako. Ano nangyayari?
Sorry for laughing.
Kahit naman ako matatawa, ano nangyayari? Tayo ako. Wala. Advil na to. Yun.
Sige, Mons, last few questions, man. Inevitable, magsusulat ka ever since, man, from the first time I met you, naalala ko yan, canteen siya ng Taft, ng Binild, meron ka ng gitara ka nun.
Sarap ng canteen namin
Pouchin tayo nun
Yes, sir.
Gitara ka, may sinusulat ka ng kanta nun. I remember. So, from the first time we met till now, song machine, in the best way possible. Can you tell me how
Actually,
how you do it, man?
The thing is that I don't think I am that prolific. When somebody tells me about being a prolific songwriter, for me, that is like Rico Blanco. What does that mean? Because he has a lot of hits. Kumbaga parang sa baseball, yung batting average. Kumbaga ako, if I have in my head at least 6 or 5 hits out of 9 albums, hindi mataas yung batting average ko. That's why I write. Oh, of course, definitely, mauubusan ka ng chords and stuff and like that. It's because, nauubusan ka because you don't study yourself as well. Aralin mo din. Baka nga, I listen to the same old stuff palagi. Kaya siguro, yun din lumalabas. So, sulat pa rin ako ng sulat. Kasi marami pa rin akong idol. Like, kasama, Hebe is a magnificent songwriter.
Forever.
Sobrang daming mga magagaling na musikero ngayon at songwriters ngayon. Yung bandang Dilaw, ang ganda ng latest single nila eh. Hindi ako makakasulat ng ganun. So, gets mo, parang the reason kung bakit rin ako sulat ng sulat is kasi nakakarinig ako ng mga kanta na napakaganda na sana makagawa ako ng ganun. Ang problema ko, ang dilemma ko sa pagsulat ko, it has to be personal. So, that's why sometimes I don't really have that 2 hooks in 1 song thing. Kasi like for example, di ba, ang ganun ko lang ata si Jopay kasi di ba may part na wag ka nang mawala. Tapos yung chorus. Pati yung Jopay itself, ano yun eh, kaya di ko blanco ko natutunan yun eh. First line pa lang, kapag kuha mo na, yun na yun, automatic ang luha. Saan galing yun, di ba?
Ano yung hirit ni Dave Grohl? Don't bore us, take us to the chorus.
Di ba? Exactly. So, ang uso ngayon kasi multiple hooks in 1 song.
One song, no?
Like for example, yung Sabini, yung Salamin, di ba? Parang 2 chorus yung meron doon eh. Gets mo? So that's why sikat din talaga.
So hooks talaga eh.
It's all about the hooks ngayon. Pero, yung ano ko nga, yung dilemma ko, is babalik ako doon sa mindset ni Diego. Why do you have to write for them?
Yeah, I write for
So that's why I have that constant, parang balance. It should be a balance of you're writing na hoping something would happen for you to be able to feed the people around you.
Yeah.
Pero it should be personal to me na I enjoy it. Kumaga, kailangan ako unang fan. And that's the case naman ever since. Ever since na nasusulat ako kanta, parang, alam mo yun, I feel good about this song. It doesn't really matter kung hit siya o hindi. Actually, kaya ako rin proud sa first one. The first album namin is because of the people around that time, tayo. Because I would hear you guys, Severo Boys and Monkey Spank Boys with Pat, na you guys love Aircon, or yung mga hindi hits, ganyan. Somebody would, sino Janina, sasabihin nila Pink, White, Blue, paborito nila, ganyan. So, ako, parang, sometimes when it matters to the people that matters to you, that itself is a win.
A win.
Kumbaga, ito nakakatawa dun. Jopay wasn't even prioritized to be a single when we wrote that song. What? Yes. Luciel and Luan, never nilang inisip na ilabas yun.
Imagine, man. Grabe.
Kasi para sa kanila, novelty lang siya eh.
Parang joke time.
Kasi nga, nung sinulat ko naman talaga yun, I just really wanted to get the attention of Jopay.
Holy Week, special yung Bulaga.
Yun. Imagine that. Ang iniisip nila na mag-hit is Bakit Part 2. Yeah. It was a hit.
It was a hit.
Pero it not to the extent na kung ano nangyari sa Jopay. So what I'm trying to say is that you will never be able to predict kung ano yung mag-hit for you. But you always allow yourself to be in that situation na pwede may mangyari maganda.
So it's not luck if you just keep putting in the work, keep trying.
Kumbaga parang, again, with basketball, you don't win if you don't take the shot. I mean, immense talent o generational talent ka man o ano man, magaling coaching mo, pero you don't take the shot. Keep on shooting.
Yes, sir. Pero mabalikan ko lang. Pero yung grabe yung hook din ng wag mo na.
Yeah. Actually, ang nakakatawa dyan, very evident yung Blink-182 reference. Pero nakuha ko yun sa One Direction.
Talaga?
Better than words, more than a feeling.
Right. Okay.
Yun naman ako eh. Like, Jopay, that riff came from Incubus.
Yes.
Nice to know you.
Sabi nga nila, great artist Steve, diba? So,
Huwag lang sobrang gayang. Kung baga, baliin mo kahit konti. Pero yun nga yung pinaka, I don't wanna say na problema ko. Pero, I listen to songs every day. Umabot na sa point na alam ko nga may edad na ako. Kasi parang narinig ko to kay Paul McCartney na pagka narinig mo na lang habang natutulog ka, Ganon. May mga ganon. Kuharit sa panaginip ko. Tapos pag-isip ko, shit, sino nga ba yun? Tapos hanapin ko sa Spotify, wala, hindi ko mahanap. So, isa mo, mukha ka namang tanga. So, ma-realize mo parang, okay, music is forever there. So, it's hard not to write. It's because it's always there. Actually, ang promise ko sa sarili ko for the next album is just to be honest. Yun lang yun. Kasi sometimes, kasi when artists naglalabas ng mga kanta o ano, alam mong may specific era sila o ganyan. Ako, I just wanna be honest. Like, kasi syempre, tinatago ko rin yung parts ng buhay ko na hindi okay eh. Kasi I don't want people to think na parang, oh, hindi pala perfect yung buhay nito, so bakit natin na-idolize? So now, I would love to have this interview with you when I'm 70 and then just let it all out, all of the, alam mo, all of the shit na...
30 years.
Yeah, all of the shit na pinagdaanan namin and from the good side hanggang sa pang-aapi. Because it's life eh. Yeah. That's life. It's hard. It was a hard journey, pero very fun.
Nice.
Sobra. So, yun yung pinaka nangyari sa amin.
Things have changed a lot, man. Sinabi mo nga, you came up in a time where rap metal was coming up. There were so many things. Then you experience mo rin yung time na Autotelic yung malaki.
Yeah.
Then you went, now, again. So, you've basically witnessed different versions of the music scene.
Yeah.
What can you say? What have you taken away from that? On yung biggest learning mo from all of those different changes and things like that?
I mean, to sum it all up, it was really fun to be existing during those eras. It's because I never imagined myself to be a K-pop fan nung nag-hit ako ng 40. Kasi when I was like 25, 30, I hated that stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
Parang it diminishes your rock and roll.
Deftones tayo. Deftones.
Rocky na tayo, and then you'd end up in Korea buying a Blackpink, ano. Yeah, pero yun lang, it was fun. Kasi parang, when you're starting out, when I was starting out, parang, the only purpose of being in a band was to prove my parents na kaya kong magkaroon ng career with this. And eventually, nakakalimutan mo na yun, nagiging parang, how will this stop? How will this end? Kasi sobrang saya lang. And then you get to be inspired by the eras talaga. From Eraserheads, to the Greyhounds years, to the Razorback years, to the Sugar Free, the Bamboo, the Band years. Eventually, yung sina Jen, sina Sud, ganyan-ganyan. The Four of Spades years.
Grabe yun.
The Up Drama Down years. Actually, yun naman, feeling ko, yun, alam rin yun ng mga fans ng Mayonnaise na fan kami ng music. Sometimes we get lost in the way, pero parang, nga pala, banda nga pala kami. Tututog nga pala kami. Kasi I remember we played in 12 Monkeys for a fundraiser, and we were the only band. Ang lineup, panay rap. Kasi parang thing ni Glock. Glock 9, Skasta. Tapos sobrang fan kami. Fan ako ni Skasta tsaka ni Floji. Fan ako ni...
Grabe sila, man.
Oo, iba rin Animal. So, nanonood lang ako, tapos biglang, nga pala, tutugtog pala kami. Oh, shit. Ito yung nakakaya to. So, gets mo, parang yun yung naging ko talaga. Yun yung takeaway ko. Parang, i-compartmentalize mo lang yung sarili mo. Oo, musikero ka. Oh, you should be cool about that. You learn how to talk to people. Hindi ka masyadong out there. Pero at the same time, when you're a fan.
For sure.
Ako, kaya masasabi ko na mas marami akong kaibigan na sa kumbaga parang behind the scenes, instead of having band friends, si Mayonnaise, wala kami masyadong siguro Hail na yung pinaka-brother band namin eh. Even when we were starting out, I mean, nung eksena natin, like kayo, Monkeys Punk, sila Batas, sila Waki, parang we're just having fun with you guys.
Tayo lang eh.
Pero never tayong kakain magkasama sa, for a Sunday brunch, gano'n. Kasi nga, may respeto pa rin ako with the time. So for me talaga, time is the most important thing. Kasi, if you spend time with me, I will totally respect you for the rest of your life. Kasi oras mo yun na pinahiram mo sa akin eh. Kaya from time to time, those eras, sobrang laking bagay sa akin na, shit, part ako nung Rexona na alam mo yun, yung concert sa Araneta. Part kami ng isang Philippine Arena gig, ganyan. So parang
grabe yun, Mons.
Thankful talaga. Hence, thanks for everything.
Would you do anything differently?
Siyempre, cliche na yung sabihin na, wala, kasi di ako darating dito. Ang pwede ko lang sabihin, ang takeaway ko is, walang, parang hindi mahirap na maging kind sometimes siguro winish ko na I was kinder with things, how I took them dati, para siguro ngayon mas relax na yung buhay. Pero kasi it was really hard. Hindi alam ng tao na nahirapan kami. Yun nga, kasi babalik doon sa yung impression nila sa amin na parang, may kaya naman yung banda. Hindi, mahirap din talaga.
naman.
To be part of the minority kasi coming from the South eh. So hindi ka naman part of that clique na, alam mo yun. It's hard. It doesn't hurt to be kind. Yun lang siguro. I wouldn't be able to control destiny. Kung anong sisikat na kanta, I wouldn't be able to control if my bandmates needed to go outside of the country for greener pastures. Wala ka naman makokontrol dun eh. Pero the relationships na nag-gain mo and na wala sa'yo, I mean, at the end of the day, just be kind, be kinder. I mean, wala ka na magagawa. At the end of the day, pag ikaw na lang mag-isa niyan, diba? Pagsisisihan mo kung hindi ka naging mabuting tao.
Mons, thank you. And sabi mo nga,
Tattoo mo ah.
thank you. Batas to.
Talaga.
Oo. So, yun nga, sabi mo nga, thank you for spending time with us. We won't
Of course.
forget it. Thank you for helping Able Asia as
That's
well.
the reason ba't ang hirap natin makahanap ng schedule.
Yun nga eh.
Kasi time is really gold.
Absolutely. Mons, we'll see you again in 30 years.
Please.
Wag naman 30.
please.
Wag na natin hintayin yung 30. Pero yan, Mons, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.